All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Singapore for one championship into the Matrix. We're going to their one Atomweight 115-pound division. Ritu Phogat coming in 2-0, taking on Nou Srey Pov coming in at 1-1. So first round, within the first 10 seconds, Phogat backed Nou Srey Pov up against the cage and shot for completely open double leg takedown. Wasn't able to get the double leg at first, so she gave up the one leg and just went for a single leg. Now, NSP was able to get back up a bit, but got taken down almost immediately again by Phogat, and that happened twice, maybe three times. And every time Phogat would get to a half guard off of the takedown, but NSP was able to get back up. Last time, Phogat was able to keep her down and even pass to mount with about 10 seconds left. Started raining some ground and pound, but didn't really have enough time to get the finish. Second round, Phogat again backed NSP up towards the cage, but NSP was circling a little better, threw some low kicks. Phogat was forced to actually try to throw a couple punches, really just like single punches, didn't really do much. Eventually she went for another takedown again with no setup. Got it. This time she was able to trap the legs and she started throwing some ground and pound. Now, as she was throwing the ground and pound, she got so focused on that she kind of gave up the position, but was able to still stay on top of NSP and just started landing some really heavy ground and pound that bloodied NSP up, and the referee intervened. So your winner, Ritu Phogat, via TKO at 2 minutes, 2 seconds of the second round. I'll be honest, I know it's still early in her career, it was only her third fight, but for all that they're trying to build up Ritu Phogat, I'm just not that impressed yet. To me, I think she is fighting way too one-dimensionally. Now, a lot of fighters do that when they're just starting out early in their career, but with each fight you got to try to show a little bit more. Now, it doesn't help that one championship is giving her the exact same type of fighter basically 3 times in a row, and that is a striker with 0 takedown defense, and who was basically afraid of the takedown, knowing Phogat's wrestling background. So one championship isn't helping her growth either at the moment, but I want to see at least a willingness to stand on the feet and try to throw some strikes. But for me right now, I'm just color me unimpressed on Ritu Phogat as of right now. Now, for things to work on, for NSP, she just gave up control of the cage way too easily. So she's got to stop just, conceding cage control. I mean, she just gave it up easily both times. And it's because she was afraid of the takedown. She was so afraid of the takedown that she was just willing to back up and then try to circle her way out and just got the cage cut out from underneath her. For Phogat, throw some punches, show some growth in your game. Like I said, I know it's early in her career, but you've got to start showing some other aspects of your game. Otherwise, you're going to be way too predictable. Another thing, set up the takedowns. She didn't set up a single takedown, just went straight for it. Eventually, she's going to face a fighter who is going to see those coming and is going to be able to stuff the takedown or outstrike her on the feet to prevent her from getting those takedowns, because she's not showing any striking either. Also, use ground and pound to open up openings to improve your position. She would take NSP down and get to side control, but she wasn't really improving from there and didn't throw a whole lot of ground and pound until the last, few seconds of the fight. And then NSP would scramble and, improve her position. So she's got to start using more ground and pound as well. Right now, she is fighting like a pure wrestler. Now, for fights to make For NSP, you know, she's now 1-2. I'm not that worried about her. But for Phogat, I want to see her fight. If she's going to have to fight another, if they're going to keep feeding her strikers, I'd like to see her fight a striker who isn't afraid of the takedown, who has been in there with decent ground fighters and knows how to stop a takedown, to force Phogat to do something other than go shoot telegraphed wide open takedowns. I think So-Yul Kim, who has been fighting in the One Warrior series with One, is the fighter that will at least force Phogat to show some other aspects of her game. Will she be able to stop the takedowns? I'm not quite sure. She has stopped takedowns from other fighters with way more experience than her. So she might be able to stop the takedown of Phogat. If not, I think she at least is good enough to force Phogat to do something other than a basic double leg with zero setup. And I think she can also punish Phogat for not setting up those takedowns. So I think that this fight against So-Yul Kim, who I think is like 4-1, I think this is a logical next step up the ladder for Ritu Phogat. Even though Kim hasn't been elevated to the big show in One yet, she's on their little show, One Warrior series. I think that this would be a good step up, actually, for Ritu Phogat. Okay, so there you have it, my views on this fight. This was, you know, really just another gimme fight for a fighter that won championship, really wants to build up for an eventual move into India. Ritu Phogat, you know, she comes from a famous family of wrestlers. She wrestled, her sister wrestles, their dad's the coach. They made a movie about their family. So she's definitely a central point of marketing for them to move into India. I don't know if they're eventually going to start giving her step-ups or not. I hope they do. Now, Phogat has said that she wants to fight in the One Atomweight Grand Prix that's going to start next year. If they do, I think it would be a grave injustice, and it would just be nothing but for marketing purposes, because I don't think she's shown any ability to hang with the top fighters in this division at all. So I hope they definitely don't do that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a like, share it as well. That's how the word of the channel spreads. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.